In chemistry, when we say salt, we aren't just referring to salt that goes in your food. A salt is basically any ionic compound, such as sodium chloride, potassium iodide, and calcium fluoride, and so on. Salts have a lattice structure, which is a giant network of positive and negative ions. When molecules of water enter and become a part of the structure, we call it water of crystallization, and say that the salt has become hydrous. A salt without any water is anhydrous. This is the formula for hydrated copper sulfate. It shows that 1 mole of copper sulfate contains 5 moles of water. 1 mole of any salt always contains the same number of moles of water. So 1 mole of copper sulfate will always contain 5 moles of water. The dot here shows that copper and sulfate are not covalently bonded. When you heat a hydrated salt, you lose the water of crystallization and you're left with an anhydrous salt. And this leads us on to how to calculate the formula of hydrous salts. Here is an example question. Heating 20.95 grams of hydrated calcium sulfate forms 14.90 grams of calcium sulfate. Calculate the value of X. First thing to do is calculate the mass of water lost, which is 20.95 take away 14.90, giving us 6.05 grams. Now calculate the moles of water, which is the mass divided by the MR, giving us 0.336 moles. Now calculate the moles of the anhydrous salt. Its mass is 14.90. Divide this by the MR, which is 136.2, and the answer is 0.109. Now divide both moles by the smallest mole, which is 0.109, and the ratio is 1 to 3. This means X must be 3, and the formula should be calcium sulfate dot 3H2O. Here's another question. Again, find the mass of water lost, calculate the moles of water and the moles of the anhydrous salt, divide both moles by the smallest value. That gives us a ratio of 1 to 5. That means for every 1 mole of magnesium carbonate, we would have 5 moles of water.